That time is very precious, especially it can just go by and you never get to really express it to the one you dearly love.
Aren't you gonna go get ready for bed?
Oh, I love it when you say that.
You're embarrassing me. What are we playing?
21.
Oh, I like that. That's good.
Lily, that's that crank.
Yeah, I know. I'll keep him on the phone.
Hello?
Don't hang up, baby. It's me. I just feel so bad about the bitter feelings between us.
Mother, I can't talk now. I'm expecting a call from Holden.
Holden? Baby, don't you listen to anything I say to you. I'm afraid for you. I mean that. He will hurt you. He'll hurt you if you let him.
Mother, I can't talk now. I can't talk.
Hello? Yes, Dad.
Barkley, what the hell are you doing at the Lake Geneva house?
Well, I would have told you, Dad, but I thought you'd...
You knew your sister was up there, didn't you?
Yes, but...
Damn you! Thought you'd at least be loyal enough to follow orders. It's a good thing Holden told me that he thought she was up there. Please put her on.
He wants to talk to you.
No, please. You mustn't know that Barkley told you, please. Tell him, say I can't talk to him.
Angel can't come to the phone right now.
Why not?
Holden's here. They're upstairs together.
Up there.
Yeah, he said that he had a meeting with you in Chicago.
Yeah, I got called away. When I got back, Tina said that he hadn't been here, so I assumed that Holden had to change plans.
Oh, but Tina didn't see him. I let him in myself.
What did he have to say?
Just that he wanted to come up here right away. He heard that Angel was home and he was worried about her, so I arranged for the jet to fly us up here.
I want to talk to him. Put him on the phone.
I'll get him. He wants to talk to you now.
Please don't.
No, I better not. Not with the way I'm feeling right now.
Gee, Dad, the door's closed upstairs and the lights are out. I don't think I should disturb them.
All right. You leave him alone. You come back here immediately.
But, Dad,
I said get back here.
He wants me to come back to Chicago right away.
I've got to make a phone call. Will you stay with Angel for a little bit?
No, don't leave me.
I'll be back in a few minutes. I think you should do what Henry says.
No, I can't.
We've got to. We've got to act like nothing's happened until we realize and figure out what we're going to do next. I'll be right back.
Why did you tell him? Why?
I couldn't keep the secret anymore. I thought maybe he could help. Somebody's got to find a way to end the suffering.
Hello?
Lily, hi. I'm sorry that I couldn't call you sooner.
I have been so worried. Is Angel there?
Yeah. And Barkley was right. She had nothing to do with the doll or the phone calls.
Is everything okay? You sound strange.
I'll have to tell you about it tomorrow. I have to stay here tonight. Angel, she's in a terrible state.
Are you sure she's not just using that to try and...
No, not this time.
Look, can't you just tell me what's going on?
I'll tell you when I get back tomorrow. Look, you're just gonna have to trust me on this, okay? You remember that day at the pond when you told me that you loved me and you trusted me? And that you'd wait as long as it took?
Of course I do.
I need to hear you say that again.
Holden, I love you and I trust you completely. And however long it takes, I'll wait for you until we can be together.
I love you. I'll be thinking about you.
mayor's residence.
Sabrina?
Yes. Who is this?
It's Duncan McKechnie. I'm sorry to call so late, but I've been trying to get in touch with Tonio.
Just a moment. It's Duncan McKechnie.
Duncan, do you realize what time it is?
Aye. I just thought I'd remind you that the Ides of January is fast approaching.
Well, I have a calendar. If you want to discuss business with me, call me in my office tomorrow.
I'm sorry, I didn't know whether or not I should answer that.
That's all right. I want you to feel totally comfortable here. You are so beautiful. I feel so close to you tonight.
I feel the same way.
Sabrina, I didn't think it was possible for me to love someone as much as I love you. You've changed my life. I want to love and care for you always. Would you be my wife?
So, how did it go in England? It was good to spend time with Colin's mother and sister. I think it helped a bit. Antonio flew over to help me pack everything up. I never would have made it home so quickly without him. Good, good. Well, listen, I was just about to make some hot chocolate. Would the two of you like some? Could I get you a drink, Tonio?
Hot chocolate sounds fine. Thank you, Franny.
Okay, I'll be right back.
I'm worried that my proposal of marriage has upset you. I was hoping you'd spend the night with me, but yet you wanted to rush here.
I felt that it would be best to spend my first night back at home.
Is that the real reason?
Yes. But to be honest, I do feel that things are moving a bit too quickly.
You mean you're not really sure about your feelings for me?
No, I am sure, and I was flattered by your proposal. But I've had one failed marriage, and I'm not over it yet. And I've just buried Colin.
I understand. I've had 2 bad marriages myself. I just felt I couldn't talk with you about our future without telling you how serious I am.
I'm glad you did.
It's important for me to know that you believe me when I say how much I love you and how much I want to be with you.
Holden is staying up at Lake Geneva with Angel.
Yeah, I heard. Sounds like when push comes to shove, little brother doesn't want to give up on the Lang fortune.
Oh, that's nonsense, and you know.
Holden has a responsibility to Angel.
He showed me his sense of responsibility.
Now, just hold on a minute
Don't
here.
defend him to me. Not after what he's done. Everybody in his family is acting like he's some sort of saint.
Nobody thinks of him as a saint, and nobody is taking his side against you. But you've got to do something about these feelings, son. Because they're not just hurting Holden. They're hurting your mama. They're hurting Ivan. They're hurting everybody in his family.
You might think I don't have any right to stick my nose in now that your mom has turned me down, but I still think of you as a son.
No, you have every right to speak up, Cal. And I'm sorry.
Well, enough said.
Everything okay at Lily's?
Well, she's still under police protection until they figure out who's doing all these strange things to her, but Holden is now convinced that Angel had nothing to do with the threats and all the rest.
Angel would never do anything like that.
No, he didn't think that she was acting alone. He suspected Barkley.
Oh, Barkley, that's a laugh. Barkley doesn't have guts to do anything like that. Only good thing you could say about Barkley is that he really loves Angel.
Well, that counts for something in my book. I go head on home.
Well, it's nice to see you around here, Cal.
Yeah, Cal, we missed you.
Well, it's good to be here. Even though things aren't quite the same.
You know, it's funny. I was perfectly content to just go along the way things were until your mama told me for sure that she wasn't going to marry me, and then that kind of changed something.
Oh, she's just stubborn, Cal.
No.
Give her some time.
No. Your mama's the most direct, honest woman I've ever known in my life. And when she tells me she's not going to marry me, I think I'll believe it.
Hello?
Caleb, it's Holden.
Hi, Holden. Lily called and said you were staying up there. Why?
I'll explain everything to you tomorrow. Look, I need your help. And Cal's. I tried his house, but he wasn't there.
Well, he's here.
Good. I need to talk to him when we're through. Listen, I am just beginning to understand how serious Angel's emotional problems are. I'm gonna bring her back to the farm tomorrow. I'd like for you to talk to her. She's terrified about talking to anyone about what's bothering her. She's dealing with a lot of guilt right now. I'm hoping that you can get her to talk to Dr. Michaels.
Well, Holden, I'll do my best.
Thanks. I'm gonna ask Cal if she can stay over at his place for a while.
See you tomorrow. He wants to talk to you.
Holden? Well, I guess, but don't you think that she would be a lot better off with her family right now? Well, no, of course. Tell her she's very welcome.
Really, I'm just amazed. I really am. Kim, of all people? Well, Kim and Bob. They'd let Sabrina be Tonio's girlfriend?
I think they warned her about him, but yeah, after all, Sabrina's an adult. They can't forbid her not to see him.
Yeah, Lily's one, too, she thinks. I know everything, Mom. You don't know anything, Mother. Your feelings don't count, Mother.
Well, I think that there comes a point where a parent has to let a child decide for themselves. I think Kim is probably hoping that eventually Sabrina will see through Tonio. Sierra did.
And it was too late, yeah. It was much too late. And she only married him because Craig had betrayed her. And me, I encouraged her to stay with him once they were married. I got him his first job. I can't believe it. I got him his green card. If he's a monster, then I'm Dr. Frankenstein.
Well, Sierra's happy now.
Yeah.
With Craig and little Bryant and the wee one on the way.
Isn't that nice how some things do work out well in the end?
I think things will work out for Lily as well.
Hmm.
Are you going to be going to Montega to see Sierra?
Yes, I am, as soon as I can clear my calendar. Of course, I'm going to be stopping off at the Dominican Republic on the way down with John to sign papers for my husband, because he's so anxious for this divorce.
I didn't know both parties had to appear.
I was there at the beginning. I want to be there at the finish line. I know how silly that sounds, but anyway, it's the way I feel.
You still love John, don't you?
Oh, yes. I made so many mistakes. You wouldn't believe it. I walk around this big house sometimes at night, and I'm not sitting on the floor like this. And I just know loneliness is the price you pay for your big mistakes. But I guess I don't have to talk to you about it. Lonely nights and regrets, do I?
No. And I best be going.
Oh, no, you don't have to go. Linger. I mean, if you want to.
I appreciate you staying here tonight. Are you sure you don't want me to stay with you?
No. I think you should just go back to Chicago. Just don't let on to Henry that we know what's going on.
No, I won't. And I'm glad you're getting her out of here tomorrow. Well, I'll probably see you at Walsh's. I have meetings there.
Is Henry gonna be there?
No. He wants me to handle all the dealings myself.
Good, because if I saw him, I think I'd tear him apart. Good night, Barkley.
Good night. Hey, thank you.
I don't feel so alone with her.
Well, maybe you'll feel better if you have both of us.
How can you even bear to touch me now that you know?
I told you. You have nothing to be ashamed of. or anything to feel guilty about. If anything, I love you even more now that I understand.
I'm afraid to go to sleep.
There's nothing to be afraid of. No one is ever gonna hurt you again. And that's a promise. Try and get some sleep, okay?
Just wait, Jess. 10 years, and we'll have a real house with a real yard.
I'm sorry, Iva. I shouldn't be laying all this on you.
No, Caleb, I think it's good. I think it's good for you that you talk about this.
Just dreams, just so many memories in them. We used to go to this little boathouse down by the river. It was our special place. And Angel, she was so trusting and so innocent. And I took advantage of that.
You're saying that you were the first man to make love to Angel?
No, I don't think so. But she was still so frightened. Afterwards, I had this fantasy about telling Henry that we were going out and that I was going to ask her to get married. Then she came by the apartment and she told me she was pregnant. And it looked like we were going to have to tell Henry for real. But no, she got all terrified. She said, no, you can't tell Henry. He's going to kill me. He's going to kill me. He's going to kill her. So I got the name of this doctor and I brought her to him. And he wasn't a doctor. He was this butcher. Everything seemed okay, you know. I took her home and she snuck in and it seemed like everything was over. The next day, Henry showed up at work. He grabbed me and he almost tore the shirt off my back. He said that Angel had got a high fever that night and they rushed her to the hospital. She almost died in surgery. And she couldn't have kids anymore. Boy, and Henry, wow. He said, I will kill you if I ever see you near my daughter again. I will never forget the crazy look he had in his eyes.
Virgil, I just wanted to make sure that you got back to North Carolina, all right. Now, you remember what I told you last night. You're to keep quiet about everything you did for me in Oakdale. But you don't need to understand why I needed you to handle things. I had my reasons. Goodbye, Virgil.
Dad?
When did you get back?
Last night.
I left word with Tina you were to wake me.
But since we had just spoken on the phone, I assumed...
Don't assume. You just do as you're told. How's Angel?
She's upset. Very upset.
About what?
She didn't want Holden to know she was staying at the summer house.
I'm very disappointed in you for not telling me she's been up there all this time. But I understand how close you and your sister are.
I'm surprised you didn't run right up there when Holden told you where she was.
I thought about that. But instead I had the staff get your sister's old room ready. I'm bringing Angel home today.
Holden, can't you tell me what's going on?
I will tomorrow. Till then, you just gotta trust me. Do you remember the day at the pond when you said that you loved me and you trusted me and that you'd wait as long as it took? I need to hear that again.
I do love you, and I trust you completely. And however long it takes, I'll wait for you till we can be together.
Daddy. Daddy, don't. Daddy. Daddy, please
Angel,
don't.
it's okay.
Daddy. Daddy.
Angel, it's Holden.
Holden. I thought it was...
Everything's fine. You don't have to be afraid.
I didn't think you'd really stay. I didn't think you'd help me once you knew.
I will. You can count on me. It's another promise I'll keep. Whatever it takes.
That they were together last night. Tonio went to England to be with Sabrina, and they came back together.
So that's where he went on his bloody business trip. You think it's serious, then?
I'm afraid so. Mom and I were talking about it this morning before she left. You know, we're both afraid if we interfere, it's just going to make her turn to him that much more.
Well, it's not a pretty picture. Sabrina returning Crowley's remains to England, and Tonio joining her, when I know damn well he's responsible for Crowley's death.
God, I hate to think of that, even about Tonio. But if it's true, I just hope to God that you're able to find some proof before...
Ronnie?
In the den, Sabrina.
I was just leaving, Sabrina.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize anyone was here.
I can show myself out.
Thanks for coming by, Duncan.
Goodbye.
Glad I caught you before you left. I wanted to thank you for being so gracious to Tonio last night. Well, you should know that I only did it for your sake. I know. I'm still grateful. Hello? Tonio, I'm so glad you phoned. Are you terribly busy today? I'd love to see you.
Holden and Angel, we're going to be here in a minute.
Yeah. Cal, I just don't understand any of this. I don't understand why Holden isn't taking her to be with her family now.
Well, I suppose he's got his reasons. Come in.
Angel's in the car. I just wanted to prepare you. She's very agitated.
You want to tell me what's going on?
She took an overdose of sleeping pills last night. That's all I can tell you at this point. I want you to try and talk to her.
Holden, listen to me. I'm not a therapist. She may need to be hospitalized. We are not equipped to deal with this situation here.
She made me promise not to take her to a doctor. I can't go back on my word. She's afraid. She needs to be around people she can feel safe with, people she can feel protected with. I think that's the best thing for her at this point.
Well, then you better go get her.
Well, I had no idea things were this serious.
I mean, he said that she felt guilty about something, but I have no idea what.
Well, morning. Nice to see you again, Angel.
Thank you, Mr.
Hi,
Stapleton.
Angel.
Hi, hello, Iva.
I'll take this suitcase up.
Yeah, let me get your coat. Here, let me take your coat.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You have to go back to work now, don't you?
Yeah. But I'm not going to leave you until you feel like everything's all right.
Promise me you didn't tell them.
I just told them that you needed to be in a place where you felt safe. Away from your family until we can figure out what the next step is.
What do you mean? What do you mean the next step?
Angel, we need to get you some help. And your father needs to be punished for what he's
No,
done.
I don't want anyone to know. Holden, if you tell anyone, I will find a way to do what I failed at last night. I will.
Thank you guys for staying the night. That was above and beyond the call of duty.
Anytime.
Good morning.
Mother.
Oh, hi,
Well,
Lucinda.
good
Heavens, what are you doing here?
Well, I was going to ask you the same thing.
But I asked you first.
Oh, I was having a business meeting with Lily, and Kirk decided he was going to come and pick me up. So we're off. We're off to M&A. We got to go. We're late.
Bag.
Oh, I left all
Yeah.
kinds of things here.
Right.
Yeah, I had to pick them up. See you later.
See you at the
Bye-bye.
tower.
Bye.
Well,
I'm sorry to interrupt the business meeting. How do you do?
Good morning.
This is my mother, but she's the business competition. I know that you wanted to look at the grounds
Right.
again, so would you give us 10 minutes? Thank you.
I saw him in your office.
Yes, he's from the temp agency. He's helping until the new executive gets up to speed. And he's thinking of subletting an apartment here, so what are you doing here?
Can you not guess, darling? I really felt bad when you hung up on me last night.
Well, I'm sorry, but I told you I was expecting a call.
I know, from Holden. Baby, I'm begging you. That's why I'm here. I'm begging you, please.
I don't want to discuss
This is a boy who slept with his brother's wife.
don't want to hear it, Mother.
Darling, you better. You better. The litany of... How can you forgive him?
Mother, there were a lot of reasons why it happened, and part of it was that phone call that you faked with me just to hurt Holden.
Oh, nonsense, darling. I'm responsible that Holden slept with Julie.
You were a part of it. And it's horrible. Caleb won't even forgive him. He won't even talk to him. And it's torn the whole family apart. I think you should go. Kevin's going to come back, and I...
Why don't you answer the phone, darling? Answer it.
Hello? Holden, where are you? No, I understand. Look, I can't talk right now. I'm not alone.
In the Cotswolds, well, I was almost surprised at how happy I was to see her.
Is this the same man who asked me to check out her net worth?
Well, I've grown very fond of her, Fred. What would you say if I told you I'd asked her to marry me?
I'd ask you what her answer was.
Yes, Sandra. All right, send him in. It's McKechnie. Duncan, I didn't appreciate being called at home in the middle of the night.
It was late, wasn't it? I just thought you needed some reminding. Lucinda is very busy drawing up plans for construction on my warehouse property.
Well, maybe you should advise her to save her architect's fee. Of course, that is, unless she's planning to top my bid.
Oh, no. The property's yours, as long as you come up with the $2 million as agreed.
Well, you'll hear from me on the 15th.
Good. Oh, one other thing. I'm having the smartest lawyer I know go over our sale agreement with a fine-tooth comb, because I know how far you can be trusted. And I promise you, Sabrina Hughes will know one day, too. Good day, gentlemen.
I'm sorry it took me so long to get here. But I couldn't leave until I knew that Angel was...
That's okay. I understand. So come on in. Come on. Then sit down, please. Now tell me what's going on here.
I think that you better sit down.
Why? Holden, what's this all about?
This has to stay strictly between us. Angel is terrified about anybody finding out. But I can't keep it from you.
Holden, I've never seen you act this way.
It's hard for me to even talk about it. Henry Lang, Angel's father, has been molesting her ever since she was a little girl.
How was your shower?
It was fine. Where's Cal? Did he...
Well, he went to Mama's. So why don't I fix us some breakfast?
No, thanks, Ira. I'm not hungry. You don't have to stay with me. I know you have to go to work.
No, that's okay. I only had one appointment this morning, and I rescheduled it. That's a very pretty doll you have there.
She's a little ragged. Her name is Samantha. Holden said I should bring her because she's always been a comfort to me.
I had a doll like that. Her name was Amy. I felt the same way about her.
Do you still have her?
No. No, I lost her. Actually, it was... I lost her at... Well, it was a one of the worst times of my life.
I can't imagine you going through bad times with your wonderful family.
Well, there was a time when I didn't feel that I had a family at all. I felt that I couldn't, I couldn't talk to them because I felt so guilty.
I can't believe you'd ever do anything to feel guilty about.
Well, I know that now that I should. I mean, it wasn't my fault, but at the time, I felt I had done something horribly wrong, and I felt very guilty and ashamed. Angel, I was raped when I was 13.
Kate to be left alone. And Holden and Ivan and I are going to make sure that she isn't. Caleb, I think you ought to know, just in case you get called in to help. Angel took an overdose of sleeping pills last night.
Why?
I don't know. But Caleb, Holden promised Angel that he wouldn't discuss it with anybody, so...
Yeah, I'll bet. It's because he doesn't want anyone to know he's responsible.
Well, now, we don't know that. And I'm
It's not
sure...
that hard to figure out, Cal. Now, I know where I stand in this whole mess, and I'm gonna have to live with it the rest of my life. But at least I didn't marry Angel knowing that I was in love with somebody else. And I didn't betray her and sleep... And I didn't abandon her when her child was taken away from her, and now pretend like I'm all of a sudden concerned.
Don't you think that before you set yourself up as a judge and jury in this matter, that you ought to wait and get the facts? There may be a whole lot more to this than we know, Caleb. And I can tell you one thing. I have never seen anybody more loving or caring than Holden was with Angel. So I think all of us just better stop looking for somebody to blame and pull together and give this girl the help that she needs.
Where's your mama?
In the barn.
Go say hello. You know what I think? I think you're being so damned hard on Holden because you blame yourself just as much for what happened with Julie. Think about it.
I never should have taken you to that butcher.
Caleb, I don't want you to feel guilty anymore about what happened. I know how awful it is to live with guilt.
Stay away from my daughter. You so much as look at her again, I swear I'll find you wherever you go, and I'll kill you.
Come in.
Good morning, Caleb.
If you're looking for Lily, she didn't sleep here last night.
No, I'm not. I came to see you. Because I think that maybe you are the only other person in this town who feels as I do about your brother and Lily. And I'm hoping you're going to help me.
I don't understand. I don't understand how you could ever bring yourself to talk about it.
Well, I couldn't for a long time. I blame myself, and I thought it was my fault. It was something that I did and that I said. So I couldn't tell anybody because they would think that I was horrible and dirty and would want nothing to do with me.
No one would think that about you. No one.
Well, I know that now. But until I found the courage to talk about what happened, it was then that I realized that my family and the people I trusted were very supportive and very sympathetic. Because you see, I'm not especially brave. And I kept it a secret. I kept it a secret for a long, long time, most of my life. Until I finally did something about it. Something I should have done, well, a lot sooner. I started seeing a therapist. And gradually, after a while, I was able to talk about what happened, and I was able to talk about my feelings that I had pushed away for such a long time because they frightened me. And then I stopped being afraid because, Angel, I realized that it was not my fault.
Well, of course it wasn't your fault. You didn't even know the man who attacked you.
No. I did know the man. He was my cousin. Angel, tell me.
What?
Angel.
What if the man had been your own father?
Let it out. Let it out. Let it out.
Barkley, Jane said you were in here. Yeah. Where's Lucinda? Apparently she called and said she'd be a little delayed getting in. Gives us time to talk. Did you see your father this morning? He thinks he's bringing Angel home today. Well, we both know that that's not going to happen. Oh, I overheard him talking on the phone to someone. I think he might have something to do with all those things that have been happening to Lily. It figures. We know that he bought one of those dolls. How is Angel? She's fine. She's staying at Cal's. I was going to talk to her. Lord, I'm beginning to think for the first time there might actually be some help for my sister. Well, there is help for her. We're going to see that she gets it.
I think your son's in here, Henry. Thank you.
Morning.